Good morning, family. Happy Thursday. I hope everyone had a wonderful Wednesday. I am coming in with your Monday. I said Monday. Ooh, I'm going backwards, family. I mean Thursday. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Get my days all mixed up because I am tired, family. I'm tired. So, I'm sorry. We're going to say again our Thursday morning motivation. Now, let me get it together. Let me get it together. Sorry, family. So we're gonna start off with this Thursday morning motivation. So let's head on right into it, family. The first quote I have for you, it says, "Even though there are days I wish I could change some things that happened in the past, there's a reason the rearview mirror is so small and the windshield is so big. Where you're headed is much more important than where you left behind." All right, family, we're going to say that again. Even though there are days I wish, and there are days, family, I wish I could change some things that happened in the past. There's a reason the rearview mirror is so small and the windshield is so big. Where you're headed, where you're headed is much more important than what you left behind. Amen, family. And that is definitely true because, even though sometimes, we look, back into the past to see how far we have come, ain't nothing wrong with that, family, but just don't stay there, if you got a glance, go back there a few seconds and remember, what you had to go through to get to where you at now, that's fine, that is fine, but don't unpack and stay there, family, you can glance at it, blink at it, and remember, what you went through, in the past and everything, but just don't stay there, family. Leave it there and look to the future because, like the quote says, the rearview mirror is definitely smaller because you're looking back, and the windshield is bigger because we're looking forward to what God is going to bless us with in the future. So, I always feel like this, yeah, I look back, to the things, in the past just to see just how far I have, well, not me, I'm going to take it back, see how far God has progressed me in my life, so I never take credit for nothing because everything I have is because of God. So that's why I had to recorrect myself. I look back and see the, everything I went through and everything God brought me through and everything, and I reflect on that and I see, where I'm at, where He has brought me to right now. So that's why this quote is so meaningful, family. Only look back, if you're going to see where God brought you to, but never stay there, never unpack there. Glance at it, blink at it, and move forward and keep your focus in the future. Look through the windshield. Look to see what God has in store for you in the future. Okay, family? The last quote I have for you today, family, is when you take things for granted, the things you granted get taken. Okay, family? Again, when you take things for granted, the things you are granted get taken. Oh, I'm a witness to that. Yes, I am, because I feel like this, even though I never took, my parents for granted and nothing like that. And I know that we all one day have to leave this earth. But it made me feel a certain kind of way, when, both of my parents passed away. It made me feel like, I could have been a better daughter, or, when my two daughters, they didn't make it here, could have made a better decision for them. I always, second guess about some decisions in my life, and not that I ever took my parents for granted or any of my loved ones that, are no longer here. I have taken for granted, like, things like, like maybe something like, someone has done for me, and I don't know, how, I mean, how can I put it? It could be like something someone does for you and everything, and you be like, okay, yeah, thank you, and you not, even though you said thank you, they might not feel like, you appreciated what they did, and sometimes I know that the person feels that way, and I'm not perfect. I will say it for the rest of my life. I am not perfect. I am still working on that. But what I don't want to do is, to ever make anybody feel like, what they done for me, I'm not grateful, or I'm not appreciative to it, because everything that someone does for me, I am grateful and thankful, because I know they didn't have to do nothing for me. And so I am so grateful and thankful to you, thankful to God, to implement that inside my heart, to be that type of person. Now that person I was talking about, about not being, taking someone for granted, that was the old me, that was the old Shauna. I didn't step into the new Shauna. God has, been working on me for some years, and that was the old Shauna. That's how I can able to, talk to you, family, about that Shauna, because back then I did, take people for granted, and a lot of people I took for granted are no longer here, or I no longer have relationships with them, and I know it's due to my fault, and so I learned that, and so I'll be the first one to say, never ever take, anything that anyone does for you for granted, or the things that God gives you for granted, because God gives us everything. Never take nothing that God gives us for granted, because He can, as well as He gave it to you, He can take it away just like that, So that was the old me, and I'm so glad that I am working on a new me. I have been working on the new Shauna for years, and I still have a long way to go. I'm still a work in progress, but I can, you know, um, be thankful and grateful that, in that situation, me being appreciative and grateful and thankful for what, God allows to come in my life, and the things that God, the people that God allows to, cross my path, like some relationships I didn't came across, on YouTube, with people. I am grateful and thankful, and I will never take, these people for granted, because, I know also how it feels to be taken for granted, because as well as I had done that in the past, it was done to me as well. So I know the feeling when someone takes you for granted, and I will never ever ever do that to anyone ever, so that's why, I am so, passionate about treating people, right, because, I was treated wrong in a lot of ways, family, from, past relationships before I even met my husband, from family members who treated me wrong. So, that's why, I, through all of that, people say, well, through all that that you went through, you would think that you would have, a sour heart. No, I don't have a sour heart, because I know God and everything. And I know that through everything that I have been through, He got me out of that, and I don't think, I was created to be, give out, negativity, or be that type of uh, evil person. That's just not who I am. Now I'm not perfect, and I do get upset, and I do got flaws like everyone else and everything. But when it comes to treating people, right, I am a stickler for that, because I know how it feels to be treated, like dirt and hurt, and I never want anybody that come, in my life, to ever feel like they are hurt, or that I don't appreciate them. And it goes for you too. You guys are our family as well. We love you. When we say we love you, we actually love you. We consider you family. We don't take you for granted. We think you guys are wonderful. We just love reading your comments, that you right down at the bottom. It does my heart some good, and we really appreciate you, family, and we are so grateful that God has allowed, our family here at Hang with the Shoemakers to meet you guys, which are our extended family. So, never, ever, ever think that we, don't appreciate you or don't love you, because here at Hang with the Shoemakers, we appreciate you, all of you, new subscribers and the old ones. We love you. Okay, family, I don't want to make this video too late, and I don't want to start crying. I don't want to do that. So I want to say to everyone, I wish everybody have a blessed Thursday. We are almost at the weekend, family, almost at the weekend. So, keep a positive, positive attitude, and your outcome will be positive as well, family. We love you here at Hanging with the Shoemakers. We really love you, you know. And if it's in God's will, we will see you all tomorrow on Friday. Love you, family. Talk to you tomorrow if it's in God's will. Bye bye.